7 Secrets to Keep to Yourself for a Better Life. Denzel Washington Motivation, Stoicism. Silence is a source of great power. Lao Tzu. Welcome back to Stoic in Your Life. In a world where the constant need to share our lives with others is often encouraged, it's easy to forget the great power of keeping some things to yourself. What if I told you that embracing privacy can protect your peace, strengthen your relationships, and help you live a more fulfilling life? Today we'll explore 7 powerful secrets to keeping to yourself for a better life. These principles are not just about avoiding unnecessary hassles, but also about creating space for personal growth and happiness. So how can keeping things private actually improve your life? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment and let me know if you've experienced the power of silence in your own journey. Let's explore these transformational secrets together. Number 1. Don't share your plans. One of the most common mistakes people make is sharing their plans before they've given them the time and attention they need to come to life, whether it's career ambitions, personal development, or creative projects. We all have dreams we hope to bring into reality. The excitement of a new idea often leads us to want to share it with others immediately. We crave validation, encouragement, and a sense of connection, so we instinctively tell people about our next big move. However, unveiling your plans too soon can backfire. While sharing our ideas may feel good at first, it can expose us to criticism and doubts from others, especially before we've had a chance to refine our vision. When you share your plans early, you risk encountering people who don't understand or support your goals. Critics, or those with limited perspectives, may project their own fears and insecurities onto your ideas. This can lead to self-doubt, making you question whether your plan is even worth pursuing. In the early stages of any new endeavor, external negativity can be especially harmful. It can cloud your judgment and derail your focus, which is why it's essential to give your dreams the space to develop on their own. Instead of worrying about others' reactions, it's far better to focus solely on your work and protect your ideas from unnecessary criticism. Modern Stoicism teaches us the value of patience and the wisdom of withholding our plans until they have developed sufficiently. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, famously said, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." This advice reminds us that time is precious. If we rush our plans just to gain approval or validation from others, we risk wasting that precious time. Instead, we must give our ideas the time they need to grow and mature, without rushing them to fit into anyone's expectations. As we do so, we also protect ourselves from discouragement that may arise from those who cannot see the potential in our vision. By focusing on the process rather than seeking validation, we give ourselves the best opportunity to make real progress. Early in any journey, it's essential to avoid distractions, especially the opinions of others. Seeking validation too early can slow us down or lead us to question our abilities. It's important to stay focused on the work at hand. Keeping your plans to yourself in the beginning allows you to protect your goals from negative feedback and create a more stable foundation for success. Once your ideas are more refined, you'll have the confidence to share your progress without fear of judgment. Sharing your plans only after significant progress has been made ensures that others will see your work as more than just an idea. It becomes a testament to your commitment and ability to execute. This shift in how others perceive your work increases the likelihood that they will celebrate your achievements rather than question them. Moreover, looking back, you will take pride in the fact that you protected your dreams during their fragile stages. Keeping your plans to yourself gives them the best chance to develop naturally and successfully, leading to a more rewarding experience when it's time to share your success. Once you've reached meaningful milestones, sharing your success becomes a more genuine and powerful experience. People will admire your effort and the progress you've made, and you'll feel a greater sense of pride in revealing your work. This feeling comes not just from achieving a goal, but from knowing that you stayed true to your vision without being influenced by others' doubts or opinions. The satisfaction comes from the journey, knowing that you protected your plans from interference and let them unfold in their own time. The core lesson here is clear. Don't rush to share your plans. Keep them to yourself until they've reached a stage where you can confidently present them to the world. By doing so, you protect your ideas from premature exposure and unnecessary doubts. Staying focused on the work itself, rather than the validation of others, ensures that your plans have the best chance to succeed. It's easy to get caught up in the desire for external validation, especially in today's interconnected world, where social media amplifies the need for approval. However, not every part of your journey needs to be shared. The less you expose your plans, the more likely you are to stay focused and undistracted. In line with Stoic wisdom, we must focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and commitment to our growth, and let go of the need for external validation. Social media, for instance, has created a culture of constant sharing, but seeking approval online can be draining and counterproductive. By following modern Stoicism, you learn to prioritize your internal drive and trust in your ability to achieve your goals without seeking constant affirmation. This practice leads to more sustainable growth and greater personal satisfaction. Ultimately, keeping your plans to yourself is not about secrecy or isolation. It's about giving your ideas the time they need to flourish without the pressure of external judgment. Protecting your goals from unnecessary interference allows them to develop naturally and reach their full potential. When you finally share your success, it will be with pride, knowing that you didn't let outside influences dictate your path. By practicing patience and protecting your vision, you create the conditions for success that are based on your terms, not others' expectations. By following this approach, you will be better equipped to navigate the challenges of life and achieve your goals in a way that feels authentic and fulfilling. The peace of mind that comes from staying true to your vision, without being distracted by the opinions of others, is invaluable. The greatest reward comes not from external applause but from the quiet pride of knowing that you worked hard, stayed focused, and achieved your dreams on your own terms. This is the essence of modern Stoicism, focusing on the things you can control and letting go of the rest. Through this lens, your success becomes a reflection of your resilience, commitment, and authenticity. Number 2, never talk about family problems. Family dynamics are inherently complex, and at times the relationships within them can become emotionally charged or difficult to navigate. Every family faces its own set of challenges, whether it's a strained relationship, financial difficulties, or ongoing personal issues between relatives. These struggles are deeply personal, and naturally, it can be tempting to share them with friends or on social media in an attempt to gain support or simply to vent. However, airing family grievances publicly can have negative consequences. For one, it can create misunderstandings. Outsiders often don't grasp the intricate details of your family's situation, and in their absence, they may form biased or misinformed opinions. This can escalate existing tensions and make resolving conflicts much more complicated than they already are. Furthermore, talking about family problems outside your inner circle risks damaging your relationships not only with the person you are venting about, but also with others who might feel uncomfortable or burdened by the situation. In such cases, your public sharing might unintentionally turn into a source of gossip or judgment, which undermines the very idea of family as a safe, supportive space. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once wisely said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This highlights the importance of reflection and understanding in difficult situations before speaking out, especially when it involves family. The people closest to you are usually the ones who best understand the intricate web of relationships and emotions within a family, which is why it's far more productive to seek private counsel rather than airing grievances in public forums. Talking to a trusted therapist or counselor can provide a safe, neutral environment where you can express your feelings and gain insight into how to navigate the situation more effectively. By doing so, you not only preserve the integrity of your relationships, but also cultivate a healthier, more balanced approach to resolving issues. In modern life, the influence of social media often encourages oversharing, making it easier to fall into the trap of publicizing personal problems. However, this opens the door to judgment, unwanted advice, and even misinterpretations that can damage the very support systems you rely on. Stoicism, in its emphasis on self-control and mindfulness, offers a counterpoint to this impulse. When facing difficulties within your family, rather than turning to external sources, it is wise to create space for introspection. Think of the Stoic principle of ataraxia, or inner peace, choosing not to allow external circumstances to disturb your tranquility. Keeping family matters private is one way to foster this peace. It allows you to work through issues more effectively without outside interference, protecting the bonds of trust and support that are essential for growth. By withholding personal family struggles from the public eye, you also avoid placing an emotional burden on those who might not be prepared to deal with such intense topics. Even those who seem supportive might struggle with knowing how to respond to personal issues that aren't theirs to bear. Family is meant to be a haven of support, not a venue for judgment or gossip. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. In this context, by keeping your thoughts about family matters private, you allow yourself the mental space to approach the situation with clarity and calmness. Instead of broadcasting every problem, you create a safer, more intimate space to work through difficulties constructively. Choosing discretion in these moments not only safeguards your family's reputation, but also strengthens your own emotional resilience. You protect the integrity of the relationships that matter most to you, fostering an environment where mutual respect and support can thrive. In a world that often values openness and transparency, the quiet wisdom of keeping certain matters to yourself can be revolutionary. Practicing modern Stoicism means understanding that some problems, especially those that involve your inner circle, are best dealt with privately, allowing the space for reflection and resolution that public discourse simply cannot provide. The next time you feel the urge to overshare your family's struggles, remember that silence is often more powerful than words. By exercising restraint, you preserve both your peace and your relationships, navigating life's challenges with the quiet strength of the Stoics. Number 3. Don't share what makes you vulnerable. In life, there are certain things we all must keep to ourselves for the sake of our well-being, and one of the most important is our vulnerability. Now, vulnerability, in the right context, is incredibly powerful. It allows us to connect on a deep, meaningful level with others, sharing our true selves without fear. But here's the thing. Not everyone in your life deserves access to that side of you. When we expose ourselves too freely, we risk being judged, criticized, or even exploited. Think about a time when you shared something personal, only to feel hurt, dismissed, or worse, taken advantage of. How did that feel? Vulnerability isn't something that should be handed out like free advice or casual conversation. It's something sacred. It requires discretion. Just because someone is in your life doesn't mean they have earned the right to hear your deepest struggles. Think about it. There are people who can offer support, understanding, and compassion, and there are others who might not respond with the care or maturity that your emotions deserve. The truth is, vulnerability is often misused by people who are either too immature or too self-absorbed to understand its value. So, why risk it? By choosing carefully, you protect not just your heart, but also your energy. Remember, not everyone who's around you is trustworthy with your soul. It's about trust earned through consistent actions, not just words. Real connections are built on a foundation of mutual respect and empathy, where people show that they can hold space for you, without judgment and without exploitation. When you share your true self with the right people, those who have shown they can handle it, you create stronger, more authentic relationships that will help you grow and navigate life's challenges. But when you overshare with the wrong people, it's like leaving a door open to emotional harm. So before you open up, ask yourself, have they earned the right to hear my most personal truths? And more importantly, are they the kind of people who will protect my emotional state and help me become a better version of myself? Or will they drag me down? This is one of the key Stoic secrets. Know who you're sharing with. It's a practice of self-care and discernment, a way of protecting your emotional well-being. Vulnerability should never be something you give away lightly. It's a treasure, and it should be shared only with those who truly deserve it. When you think about it, this principle isn't new. Even figures like Washington, who speak often about strength and resilience, echo this truth in their work and interviews. Denzel's powerful words often remind us that not everything needs to be shared, and not everyone deserves a peek behind the curtain of our inner world. In one of his famous interviews, he talks about the importance of keeping your secrets to yourself, your dreams, your goals, your struggles, until they are ready to manifest in the world. In other words, keep some things to yourself until the time is right. This isn't about being secretive or closed off. It's about knowing when to share and when to protect your peace. As you move through life, consider this. Who are you sharing your vulnerabilities with? Are they people who will uplift you? Or do they simply take from your energy? Think of vulnerability as a delicate flower. It needs the right environment to grow. If it's nurtured by trust and respect, it will bloom beautifully. If it's exposed too early or to the wrong people, it can wither. Would you rather be surrounded by people who drain you, or those who respect your boundaries and provide emotional shelter? Choose wisely. Keeping your vulnerabilities close isn't about building walls. It's about creating boundaries that protect your emotional space while still fostering meaningful connections with those who truly deserve access to your inner world. The Stoic secrets to living a better life often come down to protecting your own peace, your energy, and your vulnerability. Not everyone should have access to your innermost self, and that's okay. In fact, it's wise. By being selective about who you open up to, you're not just guarding yourself. You're setting the foundation for stronger, more meaningful relationships that will support you through life's challenges. And as you continue to live by these principles, you'll find that the right people will naturally gravitate toward you. People who value your vulnerability, protect your emotional well-being, and help you grow into the best version of yourself. As you reflect on this, I ask you, what does vulnerability mean to you? And who in your life has truly earned the right to share in your struggles and triumphs? Are you ready to start protecting your dreams and boundaries, just like Washington encourages? Will you commit to keeping your plans to yourself until they're fully ready to be shared? Type "I'm ready" or "I commit" in the comments below if you're ready to embrace this powerful practice. And don't forget to watch until the end. The last 3 insights will surprise you and add even more depth to your journey towards a better, more resilient life. Trust me, you won't want to miss them. Number 4. Never talk about how heroic you are. In a world where recognition often feels like a currency of value, many of us are tempted to highlight our own acts of kindness or heroism. It's human nature to seek acknowledgement for the effort we put into helping others, yet the true essence of heroism often lies in the quiet, unseen moments when no one is watching. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This speaks to the principle that real greatness is not about broadcasting one's achievements, but about living virtuously, regardless of external recognition. In modern life, it's tempting to shout about our successes on social media or in conversation, yet this often dilutes the sincerity of our actions. When we boast about our heroism, we divert the focus from the positive impact we've had on others to our own ego, thus stripping our good deeds of their true power. True heroism is not in the applause we receive, but in the small, quiet moments that often go unnoticed. Consider the quiet heroism of someone who helps a colleague with a task, offers a listening ear to a friend in need, or contributes to a cause without expecting anything in return. These acts, though modest, carry much more significance than any public proclamation of good deeds. It's in these moments where you create lasting value, not in seeking recognition, When you keep your good deeds to yourself, you allow the positive impact you've made to speak for itself. You remove the ego from the equation, and your actions naturally inspire others to act in kind. The act of keeping your heroism to yourself also cultivates an environment of humility. In a world where many are quick to highlight their own efforts, letting your deeds remain quiet allows others the freedom to share their own stories without the shadow of comparison. It fosters a culture of kindness, where people are motivated not by the desire for praise but by the intrinsic joy that comes from helping others. In the words of the famous Stoic, Marcus Aurelius, the best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that. Instead of seeking revenge through public acknowledgement, we let our character shine through our actions and inspire others to do the same. By stepping away from the need for recognition, you create space for genuine selflessness. Moreover, when heroism is kept to oneself, the impact of kindness becomes even more profound. People remember your actions because they feel real and untainted by ulterior motives. It's this form of selfless kindness that lingers in the hearts of those you help. When we do good, without expecting anything in return, we remind others that the world still has pockets of authenticity and genuine care. Our deeds resonate more powerfully when they aren't tied to the fleeting need for validation. When you act without seeking applause, you allow others to feel the depth of your sincerity, and this creates a ripple effect. One small unspoken act of kindness can inspire countless others to follow suit. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely stated, "A gift, with a pure heart, is never a debt." And so, when you give of yourself without expecting recognition, you free both yourself and others from the chains of expectation. In modern Stoicism, the value of humility and selfless action is central to living a meaningful life. It's not enough to simply perform acts of kindness. We must also embody the virtue of humility by letting our actions speak for themselves. By focusing on the inherent joy of giving without the need for validation, you begin to shape your own character and influence the world around you in a quiet but powerful way. As you go through your day, consider how often your actions can be an example of this Stoic ideal. Doing what is right, not because it will be acknowledged, but because it is the right thing to do. When you stop seeking recognition, your deeds become a true reflection of your inner values, and those who witness them may be inspired to embrace this path as well. In this way, heroism becomes less about what is visible and more about what is authentic, leaving a legacy that will continue long after the applause has faded. Real heroism is in the quiet, humble actions that make the world better, without the need for recognition. By practicing modern Stoicism, we learn to shift our focus from external validation to the internal satisfaction of knowing we've done the right thing. Let your actions speak louder than words, and in doing so, you not only lead by example but inspire others to contribute to a world that thrives on kindness, humility, and selfless action. Keep your heroism to yourself and allow the world to be transformed through the ripple effect of your goodness. Number 5. Never share your financial status. Money is inherently a personal matter, and while it's tempting to discuss your financial situation, doing so can often lead to unintended consequences. Whether you're experiencing financial success or struggling to make ends meet, revealing the details of your finances can invite judgment, envy, or even unsolicited advice from others. In today's society, wealth is often equated with success, and this can lead to immense pressure to conform to societal standards or expectations. When you share your financial circumstances, you open yourself to comparisons that may trigger feelings of inadequacy, embarrassment, or self-doubt. If your financial situation is flourishing, others may look at you through the lens of envy, questioning your secret to success or becoming competitive. On the flip side, if you're going through financial hardship, oversharing can result in pity or advice that may not be helpful or may even make you feel more vulnerable. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely observed, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This quote embodies the Stoic view that true wealth is not about the numbers in your bank account, but the inner peace you achieve by managing your desires. When you focus on what you truly need, rather than striving to meet external expectations, you begin to free yourself from the burdens of comparison and judgment. In the modern world, the temptation to share personal information has only increased with the rise of social media, where everyone is either showcasing their latest purchase or lamenting about financial woes. However, such oversharing only invites unnecessary stress and distractions. As humans, we tend to gauge our success based on the success of others, which can distort our sense of self-worth. The Stoic practice of self-sufficiency teaches us to cultivate an internal measure of success, rather than looking to external markers. By keeping your financial matters private, you protect yourself from the unspoken pressures of society that encourage constant comparison. As Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, famously stated, "Wealth is the slave of a wise person, the master of a fool." This reflects the importance of understanding that wealth in itself is not the measure of a person's value. Instead, the true value lies in how we manage what we have, regardless of the size of our bank accounts. Therefore, rather than sharing your financial situation with others, it's far more beneficial to seek advice only from those who can offer constructive guidance. Financial advisors, trusted family members, or friends who are genuinely looking out for your best interests. In a world obsessed with financial status and material success, choosing not to talk about your finances helps protect your peace of mind. No one should feel compelled to share their financial details unless it's absolutely necessary, and even then it should be done in a trusted, confidential environment. If you're struggling financially, keeping your situation private can shield you from unnecessary pity or judgment. And if you're doing well, avoiding public declarations of wealth helps prevent the development of jealousy or resentment among others. The Stoic idea of ataraxia, a state of serene calmness, suggests that we should strive to maintain peace in the face of external pressures. By keeping financial matters private, you allow yourself to work on your goals and priorities without the distraction of external opinions or judgments. Keeping financial matters private also allows you to cultivate discipline in managing your money. The practice of modern Stoicism teaches that by focusing on what we can control, such as our spending habits and our goals, we can achieve true contentment. There's no need to engage in public financial discussions or share private details with acquaintances who may not have the experience or wisdom to provide meaningful advice. In the Stoic tradition, the focus is always on personal responsibility and the ability to remain unaffected by external factors. By not sharing your financial status, you demonstrate mastery over your own emotions, avoiding the traps of envy, comparison, and judgment that so often plague the modern world. When you protect your financial privacy, you not only safeguard your peace of mind but also protect the integrity of your relationships. Talking about money can often lead to awkward situations or misunderstandings, whether it's lending money to a friend, sharing details about a raise or promotion, or discussing financial struggles with family members. Instead, focus on maintaining boundaries and only sharing your financial status with people who can provide genuine support or advice, not those who might judge, compare, or offer unhelpful opinions. It's important to remember that financial success is not a race, and there is no universal timeline for achieving it. Each person's financial journey is unique, shaped by a variety of factors that go beyond just money. Next time you feel the urge to talk about your financial situation, whether you're boasting about your achievements or venting about your struggles, pause and consider the implications. Is the information you're sharing truly beneficial, or is it simply an invitation for judgment, unsolicited advice, or feelings of inadequacy? As the Stoics would advise, focus on cultivating internal satisfaction and self-sufficiency rather than seeking external validation or approval. By keeping your finances private, you not only protect your emotional well-being, but also maintain control over the narrative of your life, choosing what to reveal and when to do so. This practice is a cornerstone of modern Stoicism, helping you to navigate the complexities of the material world with grace and composure, without allowing money to define your sense of self-worth. Number 6. Don't reveal your weaknesses or insecurities. In life, we all have our weaknesses and insecurities. It's part of being human. Whether it's a lack of confidence, a fear of failure, or personal challenges you're grappling with, there are areas where we are still learning and growing. But here's a powerful lesson. Revealing too much about your insecurities can often do more harm than good. Why? Because when you open up too freely, you expose yourself to criticism, judgment, or even negative energy from people who may not have the compassion or wisdom to handle it with care. Think back to a time when you shared something deeply personal, maybe a fear, a flaw, or a weakness, and instead of receiving support, you felt misunderstood, judged, or even ridiculed. It's a painful experience, isn't it? The truth is, not everyone knows how to hold space for your vulnerabilities. Not everyone will offer empathy or encouragement. Instead of broadcasting your weaknesses to the world, it's far wiser to address them privately. This might mean taking the time to work through them on your own, or confiding in a trusted individual, a mentor, therapist, or a close friend who understands and respects your journey. By keeping your struggles close to your chest and working through them privately, you maintain control over your emotional landscape and protect yourself from unnecessary external criticism. And when you do choose to open up, be mindful of who you share with. Are they people who have proven to be supportive, constructive, and capable of helping you grow? Or are they individuals who might use your vulnerabilities against you? The Stoic secrets to mastering your emotions and personal growth include being selective about who you allow into your inner world. In the same way you wouldn't let someone damage your physical space, you must be careful not to let anyone invade your emotional space unless they have earned the right. Surround yourself with those who will uplift you, help you work through your challenges, and provide the support and encouragement you need to grow stronger. This practice doesn't mean you have to bottle everything up or pretend to be invincible. No, it simply means being mindful about where you place your energy and with whom. It's about choosing when and where to be vulnerable, so that when you open up, it serves your growth rather than leaving you exposed to unnecessary harm. Remember that your insecurities don't define you, and how you choose to share them, if at all, should empower you, not leave you feeling weak. So as you think about your own life, ask yourself, who have you allowed into your emotional space? Have they supported you? Or have they unintentionally made you feel more insecure? And more importantly, how can you begin to protect and nurture your vulnerabilities in a way that helps you grow stronger without feeling exposed to criticism? By being more intentional about your emotional boundaries, you are honoring yourself and embracing the Stoic principle of self-mastery. Strength comes from understanding when to be open and when to protect your inner world, so you can continue to evolve with confidence, knowing that you've chosen wisely who to let in. To put it into perspective, think about someone like Denzel Washington, whose rise to success is not just a product of talent, but also of his inner strength. He has often spoken about how important it is to protect your weaknesses and not let others take advantage of them. He once shared in an interview, "The only thing that's going to make you happy is being happy with who you are and not what you have." This idea of embracing your strengths while protecting your vulnerabilities aligns perfectly with Stoic philosophy. Denzel's success didn't come from revealing all his weaknesses to the world. It came from knowing where to focus his energy and who to trust with his vulnerabilities. And this isn't about being closed off or secretive. It's about self-respect and understanding that not everyone will treat your weaknesses with the care and maturity they deserve. The lesson here is clear. Your weaknesses do not define you, but how you manage and reveal them can shape your future. By keeping them private or sharing them only with those who will help you grow, you maintain your sense of self-respect and protect your emotional well-being. Think about it. What would it feel like to have a few key people in your life who truly understand and support you without judgment? Wouldn't that create an environment where you could thrive, learn, and grow into a stronger version of yourself? And the next time you're tempted to share your insecurities, ask yourself if doing so will move you forward or leave you feeling exposed. The Stoic secrets of strength and resilience come from knowing when to be open and when to protect yourself from unnecessary harm. By doing so, you're building not only emotional strength but also stronger, more meaningful relationships with the people who truly matter. Number 7. Don't share personal facts about others. One of the cornerstones of any meaningful relationship is trust, and one of the most powerful ways to build that trust is by respecting the privacy of others. When someone confides in you, whether it's a secret, a personal struggle, or a sensitive piece of information, they are placing their faith in you. By sharing these personal details with others, however, you not only break that trust, but also risk irreparably damaging the relationship. If you wouldn't want your own private matters to be disclosed without your permission, it's only fair that you extend the same respect to others. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once wisely said, "What is there in the world that can harm the man who is not harmed by his own opinion?" The harm that comes from betraying someone's trust often comes not just from the action itself, but from the way we choose to treat others' vulnerabilities. In modern life, with the prevalence of social media and the temptation to share every aspect of our lives, it can be easy to forget the deep value of discretion and privacy. The key to understanding the power of this principle lies in reflecting on how you would feel if your own secrets were shared without your consent. When you respect someone else's privacy, you not only show that you are a reliable confidant, but also demonstrate that you value and care for their well-being. This act of honoring another's trust strengthens the bonds of your relationship, creating a safe and supportive space where people can be open and vulnerable without the fear of judgment or betrayal. Modern Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, and respecting the privacy of others is a clear expression of exercising control over our actions and maintaining integrity, even when the world may encourage otherwise. It requires us to recognize that the quality of our relationships is determined not just by the grand gestures, but by the smaller, more subtle ways we show respect and loyalty. When you maintain someone's confidentiality, you are not only protecting their privacy, but also reinforcing the foundation of trust that keeps your relationship strong. Trust is a fragile thing. Once broken, it can take years to rebuild, if ever. However, when you show restraint and wisdom in handling another person's personal matters, you nurture a deeper level of connection and intimacy. By keeping secrets, you offer a quiet yet powerful assurance that the other person's thoughts and struggles are safe with you. This is how you create a sense of psychological safety in your relationships, allowing the people around you to feel comfortable sharing their innermost thoughts and feelings. In return, you build a relationship based on understanding, compassion, and mutual respect, rather than one tainted by betrayal and mistrust. In addition, when you demonstrate this level of respect for others' privacy, you also cultivate a sense of accountability in yourself. In modern life, where the desire to be heard or the temptation to share personal stories for the sake of attention is prevalent, maintaining discretion is a form of self-discipline. The Stoics believed that virtue comes from mastering the self, and in this case, keeping personal facts about others to yourself is a direct manifestation of that virtue. It's a reflection of your integrity, your ability to discern what is right, and your willingness to put the well-being of others before your own desire for recognition or validation. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. It's not enough to talk about the value of trust and privacy. We must live it by demonstrating through our actions that we can be trusted. In every area of life, from friendships to family dynamics to workplace relationships, maintaining the confidentiality of others is a practice that leads to stronger, more resilient connections. It doesn't take grand gestures to prove you care for someone. It's often the smaller, quieter acts of respect that make the most significant difference. Each time you choose to keep a personal fact to yourself, you build a little more trust and foster a deeper, more authentic connection with those around you. Modern Stoicism encourages us to live with intentionality and to focus on actions that align with our values. Keeping secrets isn't merely about being loyal, It's about creating a space where relationships can grow and evolve in a healthy, trusting environment. The next time someone shares something personal with you, remember that your choice to keep it confidential is not just about being loyal. It's about showing that you respect the other person's dignity and are willing to preserve the trust they have placed in you. By doing so, you not only strengthen your bonds with others, but also cultivate your own integrity, enriching your relationships and your life. Respecting the privacy of others is a simple yet profound act of kindness. It reflects an inner strength, a modern stoicism that chooses self-restraint over fleeting satisfaction and deepens the connections that truly matter. By embracing this principle, you enrich both your life and the lives of those around you. True heroism lies in the quiet, impactful actions we take, not in seeking applause or recognition. Keep your deeds to yourself and embrace this principle by commenting, "I keep my heroic actions to myself." Be sure to watch the entire video, especially the last 3 points in Section B, where you'll discover why keeping secrets is so crucial. Why keeping secrets is vital. Number 1. Protect your peace of mind. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, it seems as though everyone's life is on display for public consumption. Social media has created a space where sharing personal moments has become the norm. And while this can be gratifying in some ways, it can also leave us feeling exposed and vulnerable. We are constantly bombarded by external influences, opinions, and judgments, which often come without invitation. It's in these moments of overexposure that our peace of mind becomes at risk. When we choose to keep certain aspects of our lives private, we take an important step toward protecting our mental and emotional well-being. Privacy acts as a shield, a buffer that protects us from negativity, unwarranted stressors, and the pressure to conform to societal expectations. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." By limiting what we share and keeping certain parts of our lives to ourselves, we are safeguarding our mental autonomy and reducing the likelihood of being influenced by others' judgments or unsolicited advice. In a society that often equates transparency with authenticity, it's easy to forget that oversharing can come with unintended consequences. By letting too much of your personal life spill into the public domain, you invite drama and unnecessary stress into your world. The more you share, the greater the risk of misunderstanding and misinterpretation. People may offer advice that feels more like a critique, or worse, they might gossip about your private affairs, which can lead to feelings of betrayal and discomfort. In moments like these, it becomes clear how crucial it is to establish healthy boundaries. The more you overshare, the more exposed you become to other people's projections and opinions. As the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When we open ourselves up too much, we risk letting the negativity of others shape our mindset and derail our inner peace. Keeping some things private is not just about avoiding drama. It's about preserving the purity of your thoughts and the clarity of your purpose. By carefully managing what you disclose, you can protect your emotional space and stay true to your values and intentions. In the age of constant connectivity, maintaining privacy is an act of self-preservation. It's easy to feel like we're under constant scrutiny, with everyone's eyes on our every move, comment, or post. However, modern Stoicism teaches us the importance of stepping back and reclaiming control over what is revealed to the world. When we keep certain aspects of our lives sacred, we create a space where we can evolve and grow without feeling watched or judged. This mental and emotional space is critical for self-reflection and improvement, free from the noise of external distractions. As the Stoics often taught, true happiness and peace come from within, not from the validation or opinions of others. By choosing what we share, and more importantly, what we keep to ourselves, we assert our autonomy and guard the sanctuary of our inner world. Privacy is not about hiding. It's about preserving the sanctity of your thoughts, your personal goals, and your emotional well-being. Taking this approach in modern life can be incredibly empowering. By practicing the principles of modern Stoicism, You free yourself from the toxic cycle of comparison and judgment that plagues our digital age. Privacy becomes a tool for fostering personal growth and emotional resilience. It allows you to focus on your own journey without being sidetracked by the projections or expectations of others. When we take control of our personal narratives and decide what stays private, we craft a life where we are the true authors of our story. This kind of self-governance provides a sense of balance and peace in an otherwise chaotic world. By protecting our peace through privacy, we create a space where we can thrive without the constant pressure to perform or conform. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely put it, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." When we devote time and energy to focusing on what truly matters, our own growth, well-being, and goals, privacy becomes a means of reclaiming time for ourselves and nurturing a life of intentional purpose. The next time you feel the urge to overshare or let external forces invade your peace, remember that by keeping certain things to yourself, you are not only protecting your mental and emotional health, but also ensuring that you remain focused on your own path, unaffected by the distractions of the world around you. Number 2. Improve your decision-making ability. One of the most powerful Stoic secrets for living a fulfilling life is mastering the art of independent decision-making. In today's world, we are bombarded by distractions, opinions, and external pressures that can easily lead us to question our own judgment and values. But there is great value in keeping certain things private, especially when it comes to your decisions. By doing so, you create space for clarity and confidence, free from the influence of others. Consider how often you found yourself swayed by the opinions of others, to the point of doubting your own choices. Whether it's a career decision, a personal project, or a relationship, sharing every detail opens you up to external influences. While others' advice may come from a place of good intention, it can often steer you away from your true desires and goals. The Stoics, such as Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, recognize that one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is the ability to make decisions based on your own values, not the opinions of others. By keeping your decisions private, you protect your mental space, giving yourself room to think independently and trust your instincts. When you keep your plans to yourself, you eliminate the need to justify or defend your choices. You no longer need to worry about others' expectations or judgments. Instead, you focus on what truly matters to you. This creates a sanctuary of sorts, where only your inner voice and goals matter. It's a form of emotional and mental sovereignty that empowers you to trust your intuition and make choices that align with your values without outside interference. Reflect on your own decision-making process. How often do you seek validation from others before making a choice? What if you trusted yourself more and needed fewer opinions? Learning to make decisions based on your instincts and values allows you to develop greater self-reliance and confidence. Over time, this practice strengthens your decision-making ability, making you less vulnerable to the doubts and influences of others. In today's society, it's easy to get caught up in the opinions of friends, family, and social media. But the Stoic practice of keeping your decisions to yourself is more relevant than ever. It creates the mental space to think clearly, free from external distractions. It's a way to safeguard your emotional well-being and ensure that your choices reflect your authentic desires and goals. Consider the story of John, a successful entrepreneur who was struggling with whether or not to expand his business internationally. Torn between the advice of his business partners and his own instincts, John shared his dilemma with everyone, hoping to find clarity. But the more he heard, the more confused he became. Each person's opinion pulled him in a different direction, and he began second-guessing himself. John decided to step back and trust his own judgment. He realized that by seeking external validation, he had been doubting himself. When he trusted his instincts and kept his decision private, he made the choice that aligned with his values, leading to a successful business expansion. This story illustrates that sometimes the best decisions are the ones we make on our own terms, without external interference. It's not about disregarding advice, but learning when to trust your own instincts and values. As you move forward, consider the Stoic practice of keeping certain decisions private. Trust yourself, and make choices that are true to your values. By doing so, you'll gain greater confidence and resilience. The more you embrace your own decision-making power, the more you cultivate a life that reflects who you are and what you truly desire. Remember Denzel Washington's words, "You have to be comfortable with who you are because no one else is going to make you happy." Trusting your own judgment is key to living authentically. By keeping your decisions to yourself and listening to your inner voice, you'll create a life guided by your own wisdom. One decision at a time, you'll build a life that is truly yours, aligned with your values and aspirations. Number 3. Build relationships based on trust and respect. In both our personal and professional lives, the foundation of any strong and lasting relationship is trust and respect. One of the most effective ways to nurture and strengthen these connections is by safeguarding the privacy of others and respecting their boundaries. When you hold someone's secrets in confidence or respect their personal space, you are communicating a powerful message. I value you, I trust you, and I respect you. This is especially true in a world that often prioritizes self-promotion and the sharing of personal details. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, "A gift with a pure heart is never a debt." When you share your trust without expectation of return, you show your true character. In modern Stoicism, this act of self-restraint and respect for others is an essential practice that not only strengthens relationships, but fosters emotional depth. Trust is the glue that binds relationships, and it is only cultivated through the protection of one another's privacy. When someone opens up to you, whether it's sharing a personal challenge or a private joy, they are offering a piece of themselves. By keeping that information confidential, you build an environment of safety where the other person feels heard and understood. They know that their vulnerabilities are secure with you, which creates a deeper sense of connection. This protection of privacy is not about secrecy, it is about respect. Just as the Stoics taught us to maintain integrity by controlling our reactions to external events, we must also control the impulse to share others' private matters. This restraint is not only a reflection of your self-discipline, but also a demonstration of your trustworthiness. In any relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, or professional, respecting boundaries allows for the development of emotional intimacy. When you show that you are a safe space for someone to share without fear of judgment or exposure, they are more likely to open up and communicate honestly. Think of a time when someone confided in you and you kept their trust. The bond between you likely deepened because they felt supported and valued. As Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, the best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that. Rather than betraying someone's confidence, we show our true character by honoring their trust, which ultimately nurtures the relationship. This dynamic fosters mutual respect and understanding, allowing both parties to feel heard and seen. In the professional realm, the importance of respecting privacy is equally vital. Imagine a workplace where employees know their personal information is protected and their boundaries are respected. Such an environment naturally leads to greater collaboration and open communication. In contrast, an atmosphere where confidentiality is disregarded can breed mistrust and conflict. When colleagues trust each other with their personal matters, even on a small scale, it creates a culture of mutual respect. People are more likely to contribute freely, knowing that their thoughts, feelings, and ideas will not be used against them. Modern Stoicism emphasizes the value of virtue in every aspect of life, and respecting privacy in the workplace is a reflection of this principle. It demonstrates that you are committed not only to your own well-being, but to the well-being of others, fostering an environment where creativity and trust can flourish. Furthermore, respecting the privacy of others isn't just about keeping secrets. It's about creating space for people to express themselves in a way that honors their personal boundaries. When you respect someone's right to choose what to share and when to share it, You make them feel valued and understood. This, in turn, leads to stronger emotional bonds and more effective communication. As the philosopher Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your ability to react with restraint and respect when others share personal details not only demonstrates emotional intelligence, but reinforces the integrity of the relationship. In both personal and professional relationships, this understanding creates a fertile ground for open dialogue, cooperation, and growth. Trust and respect are the pillars upon which meaningful, lasting relationships are built. By practicing modern Stoicism, we can navigate the complexities of human interaction with mindfulness, ensuring that we honor the privacy of others while nurturing relationships that are founded on mutual respect. Whether in friendships, romantic relationships, or professional settings, the act of respecting someone's privacy goes beyond mere discretion. It is a reflection of your character and your commitment to fostering trust. When we create relationships that prioritize these values, we build a network of support that can withstand challenges and grow stronger with time. Respecting privacy is not just about keeping secrets. It's about ensuring that every relationship is rooted in trust, respect, and the shared understanding that the most important aspects of our lives deserve to be handled with care and dignity. By doing so, we create a life filled with deeper, more meaningful connections that can weather any storm. As we wrap up today's video, remember that the power of keeping certain things to yourself is a key to living a more peaceful, focused, and fulfilling life. By protecting your privacy and making decisions that align with your true self, you unlock a sense of inner freedom and growth that is essential for happiness. Now I want to challenge you. How can you apply these Stoic principles of privacy and self-reliance in your daily life? What steps can you take to protect your peace and make decisions that reflect your true desires? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Let's start a conversation and inspire each other. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos here at Stoic in Your Life. Your growth journey is important, and we're here to support you every step of the way.